Welcome, everyone, to season 2 of For the Love of Tinsel, your safe and cozy place to lean into your love of romantic Christmas movies. Hi, I'm Isha,
And I'm Angela.
and welcome back to episode 8. I think this is already our 8th
Oh,
episode,
I
Angela. Can you
I
believe it?
can't even believe. I mean, can I just give us a slow clap for just 8
Okay.
episodes? I mean, in the midst of all the crazy, we did
So
it.
much.
We did it. I mean,
So
look at
much.
us. Pat, pat,
And
pat. Yes, yes.
I want to apologize now for my Elmer Fudd sound. It's just that I've just got some bug. I think everyone has a bug in some way,
Yeah,
shape, or form,
yeah.
at least in New York
hmm
City. And it's not cute. It's not pretty. I apologize. I'm working on it, but
I think
this
you
is as good
sound
as it gets.
mysterious. I think you sound really mysterious. Like I'm like,
Really?
what will she say this episode?
Well, just be happy that, when the random cough slash sneeze comes, I can't get anything on you because you're not actually in the
True.
same room.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
welcome.
hmm
This should be gone by the time I see you in person, which will be soon.
Yay. Yes.
Yay. So, I wanna just get us going because we have a different episode today, right?
hmm
So, but I did wanna chat a little bit about our topic, our greater topic, and it's a sexy one, Angela.
Mhm,
We're
mhm,
going a little sexy today. We are grown folk. We can do this. We are grown
mhm,
women. And the conversation is about whether there is room for the spice in
mhm.
holiday rom-coms, right? Um,
Yeah. Mhm,
and this is just so we're grown-ups, we can talk about this stuff. If you like romantic movies, regardless of the time of the year, and, sometimes you wanna see, grown folk do grown folk things,
mhm,
that's part
mhm.
of the romance of rom-com, and but when you're, again, talking about holidays, does that need to go away? And do we have to have the full mystery of barely any contact, but you just know, it's that across the room and camera fades away and happily ever after. And I
Mhm.
wanted your thoughts on that. Like, do you think that having sexiness or even sex in a holiday rom-com is good? Does it take away from the movie? What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I mean, we're gonna talk later about,
Yes.
the first Lifetime movie that incorporates sex, which I don't actually think is true, but, I mean, so I think the reason why there's such limited sex is because these movies need to be kid friendly. People are watching these movies while they're like cooking Christmas dinner and doing all these things. And so people don't want to be in a situation where all of a sudden, like, there's some crazy sex scene and, like, the
Right.
5-year-old is asking when the gingerbread cookies are made or when they're going to be ready. I get that. I get people are like, yeah, nobody wants to see that. Um, but I do think that it is kind of weird how, and I think this is changing, but how a lot of
Yeah.
these movies, it's like these two people have not had sex at all, even when it's couples who they were together before, like they
Right?
obviously had sex
Right.
then.
You hope, you
Yeah,
assume.
I mean, I don't know. So I get that because of the nature of, you know, how these movies are sort of taken in. But I do think that there could be, something simple like, you could see two people sort of, you know, leaving a bed or leaving a bedroom or something like that, because sometimes it does feel a little weird that, these two people are like madly in love and you haven't even seen them kiss, and you're just like, when did you fall in love? Cuz
Right.
you met like 2 days ago, and
Right.
not that sex is what, makes love happen, but it's just a
Right.
little bit like, okay, yeah.
Right. I agree. I mean, like, here's the thing. I don't think there has to be the deed,
Mhm.
but, there's a lot of room, between sex and sexy and
Mhm.
sex
Yeah.
appeal.
Yeah.
And I
Mhm.
think that if that's not um if that's not a thought when you're making these movies, you run the risk, which
Mhm.
I've seen a lot lately, of putting 2
Yeah.
people together that you in
Yeah.
no way believe that they would ever touch each other.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that kind of kills the rom of the rom-com. Like, you don't believe it, and especially the ones we were watching one recently where they were like, "We were together, I it was an ex-boyfriend that they were together for 2
Mhm.
years, and then they broke up when you saw them again." You're like, "I don't believe you ever touched each other in any
Yep.
way, shape, or form, ever."
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think that's something whoever, the director thought, "I don't have to put that in there, right?
Mhm.
I don't have to." And I'm
Mhm.
thinking, "No, I feel like you kinda do." Like, you have to give the impression these people have seen each other in an intimate way for me to
Yeah.
believe that they were together for 2 years. Because I just saw one recently and I thought, "This is laughable." They're like brother and
Mhm.
sister. There's not No, they weren't even brother and sister. They're like the nice guy you met, on the bus last
Yeah.
week, and then we're
Mhm.
supposed to believe they were together for 2 years? No. It's just
Well,
it's not.
I also feel like there could be a world where there are certain movies that are shown kind of in the evening, like later,
Yes, thank
where
you.
where it's like those movies are shown. Ooh, big sirens, Aisha. New York City
It's
in
New York
action.
City. I mean, that's holiday fare here,
Exactly,
okay?
exactly.
That is the
Um,
soundtrack of life.
I know, but but another thing I was also thinking about is like, I think this is really linked to chemistry because there are
Agreed.
holiday films where two people had a lot of chemistry and it wasn't like they cut to them in a room or in bed together, but you basically were like, you didn't tell me
Mhm.
this, but when these two people kissed, they had sex. Nobody told me that. You just have a feeling. You
Right.
didn't need to see it because the heat
Right.
between them was so intense that
Right.
it actually felt like you saw something, even though you didn't see anything. And so I think with the right chemistry, you can create that sort of sexy vibe without like crazy groping,
Absolutely.
you know?
Absolutely. And I also think that I just feel like for as a watcher, right? I'm not
Hmm.
a director in any way, shape, or form, but as a watcher, there is a way. I feel like there should be some mandate to whoever's, directing these movies or writing them, that you need to show that there is some attraction between
Hmm.
these two people. That
Hmm.
should be
Yeah.
necessary. And I feel like a lot of them, they don't even say that it's necessary. They have that moment where they both reach for something and then they pull back and you're like, "No, that wasn't
Yeah. I know.
that's it.
I know.
No. No, no, no."
Hmm.
And I also would like to add, not everybody is cooking gingerbread cookies while with their kids running around while
Oh,
watching
yeah.
these movies. There is a I would actually argue that there is a very large demographic
Mhm,
who is
mhm.
watching these without their children and would really appreciate just a little heat, just a
Yeah,
little bit,
yeah,
you know?
that's true,
Like, I
that's true.
think that, to your argument that, if you're gonna play them in the evenings,
Mhm,
you could have
mhm,
a little fun with it. You could give it, maybe an extra Santa hat if you're saying,
mhm.
a Santa hat on fire if you wanna let people know that there's a
Yeah,
little, extra heat in it. But I don't think
mhm,
it needs to be so watered down that there's nothing, that it's not like the rom is a joke,
yeah.
because that's a big part of them.
Well, this is the perfect lead-in for our first movie that we're gonna talk about.
Smooth.
I know. What right? I know.
So smooth.
So, would you like to talk about a movie, Aisha?
I would love to, Angela. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
So our first movie today, this is a
Yes.
big one. It's
Yep.
I guess the way the
Is it
media
though?
is putting it out there, they're saying that a cowboy Christmas romance is the
Right.
first Lifetime movie with a sex scene, which I'm calling no, but okay.
So, hey,
It
hey, first
I,
tell
I'm
them
sorry. I'm
what it's
sorry.
about first.
Okay, okay. It's starring Jenna Kramer, who's our girl. She's in all of them, and that woman can have chemistry with a potted plant.
With a
Slow
rusty
clap.
nail. Absolutely. Yep.
She is good. Okay,
It's what she does. Yep.
she's good.
She does
Um,
wistful. She does
ugh,
all of it.
she's
All of
so
it.
good. She's so good. And Adam Sen, who's her love interest, Bruce
Mhm.
Thomas, Kurt Mega. It's directed by Jake Kellgren. And I'm going to read the little blurb. Real estate closer, Lexi Chenshaw. returns to her hometown of Tubic, Arizona, these names, 1 week before Christmas. While there, she tries to convince a horse whispering rancher to part ways with his family's land while reconnecting with her father and brothers.
I didn't write that,
I
just so we're clear.
I don't know. I don't know.
I didn't write
There are a
that.
lot of words there.
Yep.
Okay, so first, I think we just need to like talk about the sex. So spoiler, we're gonna talk about the like non-existent sex in this. So, you
Yes,
don't
you
want to
actually
hear
your
about
kids
it.
don't actually have to leave the room, but yes.
Okay, so the sex scene in this movie
Is it?
is uh,
Is it
I
that?
mean, I think it's
I just
okay, so context, the beginning of the movie, she meets the guy in a bar, and I actually think that is the more, I guess, out of the kind of the way they do these stories, because they met at a bar, there was an attraction, they were making out, and I assumed they were going to have sex then, and I was like, ooh, one night stand and we're going to see it. That actually felt like, oh, okay, but no, they were both like,
no.
no, we can't. Then later on, you find out that the guy that she met at the bar is the horse whispering rancher.
Yes, he is.
um and who she is there to, like, she it's confused. The whole thing about the ranch and who owns it and who doesn't is very confusing, um and a little anticlimactic, but so they have an attraction and then eventually they have sex. um and I mean, first of all, what was weird to me about the sex scene was they were about to have the sex scene in the house with a full family in the house, right? His daughter, his like his
But they
mom,
went to
everybody's
bed. That's I mean, the kid and grandma went to bed. That house looked
they were
huge,
they were
okay?
in like the
They were the
living
only
room
ones up.
though. Didn't they
They
start
were the
out in the
only ones
living
up.
room?
But they realized the error of their ways. They
Uh,
moved.
yeah, they moved
Like
to the
literally could have just gone to his bedroom. I don't know why they had to do such a drastic, but I appreciate it. Although, I mean, listen, here's the thing that was I thought was hysterical. It was the
Mhm,
way that it was marketed. Like it was going, like they made it sound like it was going to be some soft porn level. Oh my God,
mhm,
Lifetime's going to show sex. Not that I think that's a good idea necessarily in a holiday movie.
mhm.
And was it a holiday movie though? Because can we
Oh,
talk about that?
that's actually the bigger question. Um,
But that's neither here nor there. First of all, look, they had a budget,
mhm,
right? They
mhm,
had a lovely budget,
mhm,
and they had
mhm,
horses, they had lots of animals. They did it all. Um, but it was the way that it was marketed, like it was going to be this like steamy
mhm.
um movie. And the fact of the matter is that they all it is implied. That's literally what I thought was
I
like
think
that.
you see her in a bra, don't you?
Yeah,
I
that
don't know,
was
Aisha.
that
I'm
was
just
but
I know. I don't
it was
know.
like a hint of a bra, and you're just kind of like,
Mhm.
okay, now I'm just insulted. Like I'm just
Yeah,
kind of
I
like, I
know.
didn't come for this, but now I'm like, who is this for? Like,
I
who did
know.
this scandalize? I don't know. They made it seem like it was such a big
Mhm.
deal that
Mhm.
anyone who came to that movie for that was going to be
Mhm.
disappointed. But the
Yeah.
fact of the matter is that it wasn't about that. Like it was about grown up people doing grown up things, and
Mhm.
um it just, it wasn't about and I thought, like, real talk, I thought the chemistry was great between them. I
Oh
thought that
yeah. Oh
he,
yeah.
I actually think they did what the other movies should do more of, is
Mhm.
because you knew that it was understood that these were two people who were really attracted to each other.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's what happens when couples get together. I don't understand
Yeah.
why they leave that out in the other movies. Like you just part of being attracted to someone is being physically attracted to them, and
Yeah.
they made sure that that was very clear. I appreciated that. I
I
really did.
also, to your point, Aisha, the I mean, the sex, implied or whatever that you saw, they had a lot of chemistry. And so when she was all like, I'm gonna drop everything for this man, I'm gonna do everything for this man, you were kind of like, okay, girl. I mean, I
No,
saw
no, no,
what
you got it. You
happened.
were like, I see how that happened. Right,
I
right.
see.
And again, it made sense. There are times where they're like, I quit my job, and you're like, for that flirtation? I
I
don't
know.
think that's good judgment because you had a flirtation that you
I
just
know.
quit your job and walked. Nope, nope. For maybe this one, I was like, oh no, I see what happened. I see.
Hmm.
I. It made sense.
We
I
were
was like, I'm
discussing. He reminds us of kind of the guy who's on
really.
that.
You're gonna.
Yes, who's on that show? What's that show? That sex show on Netflix. What's it
I think it's called like
called?
Sex Life or something like that.
Sex Life,
Something
Sex Life.
right?
Yeah, that
You're so
Australian
mean.
guy who he's a poor man's that guy. And
Yeah.
listen, all attractive, but
Even the poor version is not bad.
not bad, not bad.
No, no,
So a fun fact about this movie, Aisha, I'm not sure if you know this.
I don't.
Sarah Drew wrote the script for this. Sarah
Did
Drew,
she?
yes, from Grey's Anatomy / a big Lifetime
She is.
actress,
And she's been writing a
and
lot more and
yeah.
producing more of
Hmm.
Lifetime's.
So
Oh.
she wrote this one. So I think
Huh.
also to this review, it's important to discuss a critique which you hinted at in the beginning of this, but this is barely a Christmas movie.
This is
This
not a
is a
Christmas movie.
drama with some Christmas lights every once in a while.
And one small child at the end go, but it's Christmas.
I know. I
And
just
that's
was
it.
like,
That's
what
it.
is this?
That's it. That is it.
I, I mean, it was silly. I mean, and I'm not saying it's bad. Actually, it's
No,
fine. It just
it's
was
totally
like,
fine.
this is a drama that
Yeah.
you wanted to get made, and you stuck some
Yeah.
Christmas lights in it. It's a little bit poor man's Yellowstone. I mean, let's just like
Fair.
put that out there. But
Fair.
it's like it's a drama,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and like, I mean, it got me thinking, uh, how do I feel about Christmas dramas? And I'm a little like mixed on them, like, I mean,
Hmm.
I was, I when there's not like holiday levity, then it just feels like they were all just fighting for like 90 minutes. I just felt like I watched people fighting for 90 minutes, and then
It
at
was a
the end they
lot
were
of
like,
brooding.
yeah, I was like, "It's Christmas," and I was like, "Well, that was just a downer." I mean, if I'm watching like that, I could watch a different kind of movie. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
then I'm gonna turn on like a different kind of drama than this. So I was a little bit like, I don't know. So it's not like it was like I thought it was really bad. It was very well done. Obviously,
Yeah.
they put a lot of money into this. All the actors
Yep.
were good. I just
Yep.
was like, I don't know. I'm talking more than you, Aisha. What did you think?
No, I listen, I realized that because I've seen so many of these movies, how
Mhm.
at least it felt like I was watching a grown-ups movie because I
Yeah,
realized after a while
absolutely,
when you keep
absolutely.
watching these movies that you can
Mhm,
watch with a kid, it
mhm.
can get to you, and sometimes
Yeah.
you lose perspective.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
there's
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
So, I appreciated watching a movie that was for grown-ups,
yeah, yeah.
and that was nice.
Mhm,
thank you for
mhm,
that, and I thought they
mhm,
were fine. I mean, I think and we'll talk about this later. I've seen some not great movies, right?
mhm.
So
Yeah, yeah.
I had a bar that had
Mhm,
room and
mhm.
I did not I thought it was fine. It was a little slow. I'm not going to lie. It was
It's a
a
little
little
slow.
slow.
It's a little
Don't
slow.
watch it when
Yeah.
you're tired.
Mhm,
But it's pretty and
mhm. It's pretty.
it
Yeah.
definitely has, family
Mhm,
drama in it. She is very good at being winsome yet strong, yet
mhm.
you know, there was a little girl power moments in there. And I say that not to be to put her down. There literally is a
Mhm.
little girl that she's trying to make her
Yeah.
feel good about
To
herself.
to empower.
she's a grown woman, but she's trying
Yeah.
to help a little
Mhm,
girl in there.
mhm.
Um
Yeah.
and I appreciated all those moments. I
Mhm.
did. I
Yeah.
did. I thought it was
S
fine. I think
Yeah.
people will enjoy it. I mean, I think if you come to it for the sex, you will be really disappointed,
Yeah.
but Other than
And
that, there was
if you come for like some light holiday fare, it's not
no.
that either.
Someone
So
lied to you.
yeah,
Yeah, read something.
it's yeah. So that's something to know too, that it's kind of
Yeah,
like a grown up drama with a little bit of Christmas, and it's
a
also
wee
another
bit.
one of these a wee bit. It's another one of those movies where you're like, you guys haven't talked in like 10 years. I mean,
That made no sense to
these Christmas
me.
movies where it's like, wait, you haven't talked to your father in 10 years?
Right.
What?
Or your
What?
brothers, right?
Or your
Let's just
brothers?
or your brother. There's no reason for that. I
Yeah,
mean, I could
and
see being mad for at the dad, fine, but there was no reason not to talk to your brothers for 10 years. They didn't even do anything.
yeah, that was
Okay,
weird. That was
one of your brothers is an ass, but the other one, there was
oof.
no reason for you not to. And she's
Yeah.
like, "My bad."
And she
10
literally says,
years.
"I'm sorry." And then she goes, "What can I do to make it up to you?" And I'm like,
Right.
"Well, I mean, this isn't like you spilled something on my table." I
Right.
mean, this
You
is
ditched
like,
me without looking back for
yeah,
10
for
years.
10 years. Yeah, so
Cuz she was shocked that he had an attitude. You're like, "You didn't recognize your brother, dude." It
I
had
know.
been 10 years.
I know.
That should tell you something.
Oh my god. I know.
But
Yeah, yeah.
okay, and I do want to throw in like one more thing is that there is
Mhm.
this movie
Mhm.
called Christmas on the Farm.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I think it's on Hulu.
Mhm.
And it has gosh, what is her name? Um
Poppy.
it Poppy, yes, thank
Mhm.
you. It has Poppy Montgomery in it,
Mhm.
and so because it's on Hulu, there not only is there sex in that movie, but
Mhm.
that's how the movie starts off, where she sleeps with this, gentleman. It's like a one-night stand, totally her plan, having a
Mm.
good
Mhm.
time, kinda lied about who she was, really liked the guy, he was great, but, she was like, "I got stuff to do," and then she ends up fast forward did you see this?
No, you've mentioned it to me, but I should see it
She
because
sh
it's sounding
she
good.
fast forward she kinda lied about who
Mm.
she was just to make it easier, and then,
Mhm.
she has these executives have to come to her house,
Mhm.
and she had lied about who she was, she's trying to pretend, and one of the executives is that guy that she had the one night stand with. Um,
Mm.
and and then hilarity ensues with her brother and this whole thing, but it was you needed the sex because that was part of the whole thing, but it was
Right.
actually really fun. It was a
Oh, okay.
romantic
Mhm.
comedy,
Mm,
and they were
okay.
grown-ups
Yeah.
who had sex and
Mm.
actually, wait for it, enjoyed themselves, and they're not
Mhm.
bad people, and
Okay.
it was no judgment. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. So I just wanna let you know that it's possible, perhaps not on Hallmark or Lifetime right now, but it is possible.
Okay.
And so just make sure if you're looking for other things on different
Mhm.
holiday rom-coms, there are other channels out there that try
Mhm.
to mix it up a little bit. So
Yeah. Yeah.
just keep your ears and eyes open on that.
So wait, we have to
Yeah.
give it a grade.
Right. You go first.
No. I think I don't know. I'm being strangely harsh on this movie. I'm not sure why, but I think I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Oh my gosh, that's what I was gonna give it.
Oh, look.
That's so funny, and I didn't think I was being harsh. I thought I was being kind. But, just because there is no holiday magic because it's not a holiday
None.
movie.
None.
So that brought it grading
That's
down a little bit.
actually why that takes the grade down, in terms of it's just not really a holiday movie.
It's not a
And
holiday
so
movie.
if I'm judging it as I mean, I would judge it a little lower if I were judging it outside of the holiday space. So because it doesn't fully succeed as a holiday movie, I just
Right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
7.5
but it's
feels.
not awful in any way, shape, or form. It's
No, it's
actually
not. It's not
it's
actually.
not. It's actually very pretty, and it's got,
Mhm.
a lot of horseback riding and, longing stuff and real chemistry between 2 people, so that
Yeah.
alone could,
Yeah.
make you wanna give it a chance. So,
Yeah.
there is that. So
Okay.
okay, we're good then,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense,
okay.
yeah.
So,
Mhm.
we're gonna do something a little bit different that we haven't done. We're actually going to review 2 more movies. And that
Mhm.
was not our original plan.
No,
But I'm gonna explain to
no.
you what had happened.
Mhm.
So originally we were like, hey, let's shake it up. Let's watch these 2 movies and then we'll review them easy peasy. Um, what happened was is that the second movie
Mhm.
was so
Ugh.
not good. I mean, it was
Whew.
not good on the level of you felt sorry for it. And
Yeah,
that
yeah,
yes, there's
yeah,
space
it
for
did.
that.
It did.
Um, you felt sorry for it, so sorry that we didn't wanna talk about it. We didn't wanna
No,
sit here and just bash a movie
no.
because no matter what you see on television, people actually worked really hard on it, and maybe they didn't have enough money, maybe they didn't have enough time, maybe there's a
They
lot of
did
reasons
not
why.
have enough money or time. I mean, the
There were so
director
many
in
things.
me was dying. I felt for these people. I was like,
Right,
why did you do this to them? They did not have
right,
enough resources to make this movie. I
right.
just woof, I couldn't.
Right.
Oh my
It
god. Oh my
literally
god.
went to pity.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
therefore we couldn't do that
Yeah.
to we didn't want to do that because we knew people tried and someone failed them. I don't know who it is, but
Mhm.
someone
Yeah.
failed them. So
Well,
what
so
we
if you know either of us and are interested in knowing what that movie is, we will tell you in a text exchange, but we are not going to talk about it publicly. Anyway, Aisha, go
no,
ahead.
no, no, no.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So we were like, we had to very quickly come up with an alternate because we both
Mhm.
agreed, literally texting each other, watching it, being like, "Good Lord, have mercy!
No.
What have they done?" So
Yeah.
we're like, "Okay, what are we gonna do?" So to do something different, Lee,
Mm.
we gave each other alternate movies to see that
Mhm.
we knew that
Mhm.
the other one hadn't seen. And
Mhm.
so she gave me a movie, I gave her a movie. And what we're going to do is we're going to review these movies and then say, at least I literally what we said to each other, it's got to be better than the one we just saw.
Yeah.
That's basically, that was the bar, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Mm.
gotta be better than the one we just saw.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk
Mhm.
about these 2 movies that we gave the other person. We didn't
Mhm.
say whether or not we thought those movies were great in any way, shape,
Mhm.
or form.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
just said, "Here's an alternative. Give it a go. Let's see what happens." So,
Yeah.
our first one is A Christmas of Yes. Yes, Angela?
Yes, Christmas of Yes.
Okay,
So Aisha
right.
assigned that movie to me
I
to
did.
watch.
I did.
Um and it's on so it's a Mar Vista film, and I say that cuz I think it's on
So many
I watched
places
it
it
on
is.
Max, but it's also on Hulu.
Yeah.
Aisha, did you see it on Hallmark? Where did you see it?
I thought I saw it on Hallmark.
Yeah, I think you did it because I'm gonna talk about something that happens, and I would be shocked if Hallmark
They're,
let
like,
this
all over
happen.
the place, these movies. Like, they're just
Yeah,
all over the place. Where did I
yeah, I
see it? You're
think
right.
it's I
And maybe
think
it probably wasn't on Hallmark.
yeah, I think and this is kind of just like, Mar Vista makes a lot of these movies, and
Yeah.
my thought is that they sell it to a lot of different places. So I saw it on Max, and Max I think is buying a bunch of these movies and showing them. But so it stars Michelle Weaver, who, for those of you probably saw it on OWN, because for those of you who watched OWN, Michelle was on the show Love Is, that was on a couple seasons, and also Jeff Pierre, and it's directed by a Black woman, Rhonda Baraka, and I'm gonna read the little blurb.
Wait,
Uh,
and
mhm.
the lead, what's her name?
Michelle Weaver,
Oh,
she's
okay.
on Love Is, yeah.
Oh, that is her.
Mhm, mhm,
Okay.
yeah, yep.
Okay. You're
Yep, yep.
right.
I dug deep because I was looking at her going, I know this
I couldn't
girl.
figure out why she looks so familiar.
She looks
Got it.
she's beautiful, but she looks a little heavier in this, which I like. In Love Is, she was
She was
very thin.
fantastic.
Yeah, so I actually in this like that she has a little more meat on her bones. But
Got it.
so the bio, the little
She's on it's on OWN. That's
own.
where I saw it.
Yeah, so that's what I think. I think Own is Own's doing a bunch of these films.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Because actually both of the films that we're going to talk about are owned films, and they're Black films,
Gotcha,
interesting.
yeah.
So that's an interesting thing to notice, that Own is very much in that space. So a woman who works too much unexpectedly loses her job and is challenged by her younger brother to start saying yes to things. In doing so, her life takes new and necessary turns and growth. Okay.
Can we first start
um
about how many of the descriptions start off with "a woman who works too much"? Have you
I know.
noticed that?
I know,
That
that's
is
why I
the
went, "Oh
beginning
god."
sentence.
Mhm.
in a galaxy far, far away,
I
in a
know. I know.
town that, in a place
Mhm.
that, I mean, like,
Mhm.
really? It's always
I
it's
know.
a woman who works too much. But okay, I'm sorry. Please
Yeah.
continue.
So, uh, I it's very ironic that you assigned me this book because I have just finished reading a book. Oh my god, I need to look up. That has the same premise of like it's called My Year of Yes. And so it was
Haha.
funny that I had just finished reading that book and then watching this movie. It's like
Well,
uh
look at the
I
universe
know.
just as giving you things. Okay.
I know, I know. It's my oh no, sorry, my What If Year. Year of Yes is the Shonda book.
Ah,
My What If
got it.
Year by Alicia Fernandez Miranda. Okay, so that I just finished reading that in like a book club I'm in. So, um, I so first of all, I want to say this movie, why I was like, ain't no way this is a Hallmark movie, is there is a plot, there's a element in this plot that I went, oh, okay. So
Was it the mother?
the mom is a recovering alcoholic.
Sure.
And they don't do that
That's
in
not
like
against the rules.
that's not a Hallmark thing. Um and
Hallmark. We do not acknowledge alcoholics
we do not
or
acknowledge
addicts
that.
in any way,
Yeah,
unless it's for Christmas cookies.
exactly. So I I actually was like, "Oh, okay. We
Yeah.
got the gay brother. The mom
Yep.
is estranged. She hasn't
Yep.
talked to the mom." Then you find out that the mom is like, 1 year sober, and the mom is a recovering alcoholic, and that I was like surprised by that. In a good way, like I mean,
Yeah.
more complex families and
Yeah.
family drama. I felt
Yep.
like the lead though in
Uh-oh.
this, every time she spoke, she was telling a sad story about her life, and I was like, "Girl, cheer up." Even
Wait,
her
the
love
mom
interest,
or
the lead girl,
the lead girl? Okay, got it.
yeah. Every time she spoke, it was like, and then there's this sad thing, and this sad
True.
thing.
All
Um,
true.
I liked it, and I think what I liked about it is like she has to sort of say yes to everything, right? She's not allowed to say no to anything. And in saying yes to anything, she sort of is attracted and meets this guy that's very different than she would like, and she has a secret passion for roasting coffee.
Which
And
I thought was novel.
yeah, I thought that was like different than you normally see in terms of like
Yep.
things that she does. And I loved that. Okay, so I loved that the brother was gay and had a or had a husband. My only question is
How are they going to have
there
that baby with their
how
lifestyle?
how are they going to have that baby when they have no place to live?
Details.
I was
Details.
literally like, I don't think you guys know how adoption works because
Nope. 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 I was like, okay, even if you passed off your sister's house as your own because you're living
right,
there, fine, fine,
right.
fine,
Hmm,
fine.
hmm.
You just said that you never are in any place for more than 2 seconds
I
and you're
know.
having a baby. Who gave
Mhm.
you that baby?
I
Because
know. I know.
you have no house, you have no room, you have
I don't
nothing.
know. I don't know.
But that's okay. Okay.
That
Okay.
was that was kind of the weak link that I just went, guys, this is
Nah,
this
shake it
is
off. You gotta shake it off.
so
Shake
easily
it off.
fixable. You could have
That's the
fixed this.
holiday magic part.
Yeah. It's
It's
like,
holiday
what in the
magic. Doo-doo-doo.
world?
Doo-doo-doo.
But I liked it. I there were times when she could be a little whiny, but
Yep. All true.
because it's the whole like I normally say no to everything, but I'm saying yes. And I liked him a lot too. Her love
Yeah.
interest in it, I thought not only was handsome,
Mhm.
but I felt like he felt like a real. I always say every week, I'm like, he feels like a real guy, but
No, no, no.
um,
It's true. Like, and you're not hearing all the times we watch movies where we're like, this is not a real person. We're just
yeah,
telling you about the
exactly.
ones that actually felt like a real
Yeah,
guy, which is
exactly.
nice. I agree with
Mhm.
you. I agree
Yeah,
with you.
I liked it, and I liked that I didn't expect that the mom was gonna be, like we were gonna deal with alcoholism, we were gonna deal with like, death of parents, we were gonna deal with, like I mean, I actually felt like that movie tonally worked well in terms of like they handled the drama well and there was levity too,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
Um Yeah, I was and it still has like the holiday stuff of these movies. Like the brothers plot. There's always I think something I like about holiday movies is the nonsensical elements of some of it. It makes it fun. Like you're just like, I don't know what you're talking about there. That don't make no sense. But
But you made me
I mean,
smile. Look at
you
you.
made me
Yep.
smile. Exactly.
Yep.
So I okay, so my rating for this, I'm gonna give it
So
I
already
think
we can say you liked it better than the ones we cannot
oh
name.
uh, I mean, it's so much better than the one we cannot name.
Although can I say though that I
Mhm,
thought the
mhm,
guy in the one we cannot name, I
mhm.
liked him.
I
I
do
thought
too.
he felt like a real guy. I would have
I do
liked to see
too.
him in something good. Is what I would have.
It's something good in a suit that fit him, you know? Just
Details,
like
details, acting across someone who could act back, all of it.
exa can't wait. Can't wait to see
I
what happens next
I
with that
want
guy.
all of that for you, sir.
I
Just
know. Whew.
I I'm hoping to manifest that for you. Okay,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Back to your rating.
Yeah, yeah. The one we can't talk about too made me the lead was so bad in it, and it made me appreciate Michelle in this movie. Um,
Seriously though,
she's very good. She's very good in it.
I texted Angela
Mhm.
during the movie we cannot name, and I said, I this movie makes me realize how hard acting is because you don't real like that you see so many people who are good at it
Mhm,
that it
mhm.
seems effortless. And then when you
Yeah,
see other people who are doing it and are not good at
yeah.
it, um,
Mhm.
it's painful. And you're
Well,
like, "Oh,
I
that looks
yeah.
like work."
That sounds so mean, but I
I
will say this
know.
though. I will say that to your point, I think it's not just acting, it's carrying a movie. I
Yeah.
think that
Oh, it's
carrying
a
a
heavy load.
movie
Mhm.
is hard. Being number 1 on the call sheet, people talk about actors talk about it all the time. It's a whole you set the tone for the whole thing and it's hard. So
It is hard. It
the,
looked hard.
there are sometimes with these holiday movies they just cast people and they're like she's good but you just are like do you think she can carry a movie
Right.
and I felt like in Christmas of Yes she could carry this movie
She could.
so
She could.
she was great and she and her brother in the movie actually look like brother and sister which like never
They
happens.
totally. They never do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, "Oh my gosh, you have black people." Because sometimes they have black people where, like, the complexions are all over the place, and you're like, I mean, I guess you could all be in the same family, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, there
Um
was no effort. Sometimes you're like, "You didn't make an effort for this." But this one, I'm like,
Mhm.
"I totally got it."
Mhm.
I totally
Mhm.
I also thought that they added nuances in ways that a lot of movies don't, and,
Mhm.
there is um what's the proper way? There is a plot that is serious, and that's
Yeah. Yeah.
about, addiction, and it's about
Mhm.
loss and that sort of
Mhm.
thing. But they actually put in levels into it that wasn't
Mhm.
flippant about a serious topic.
Right.
Um, and I actually appreciated that. I'm like, "Wow,
Mhm.
you didn't just have that throw in to make her seem interesting. You actually put a little work into that," and that I
Yeah.
thought that was
And
cool.
you understood why she had a bit of an edge to her, and in the beginning, I was a little bit like,
"You're not
this
likable." Yes, and then you
lady
understood.
is getting
Mhm.
on my nerves.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh, okay, you have baggage. All right, I
Yeah, yeah,
get
yeah.
it. Because she's one of those like she's kind of getting on your nerves, and the only real reason she is able to like be this way is because she's so pretty. Um, but then you're like, oh, I get it. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, we know
all
people
right,
in life
okay,
like that. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna give it I'm just deciding between an 8 and an 8.5. I think
Oh,
I might give it an 8.5.
okay, now you're making me really proud of myself that this is the movie I suggested.
Yeah, no, it was good. Cuz I thought about
Yay.
it afterwards too. So now Aisha,
Yes.
it's your turn. What did you watch?
Okay. So, Miss Tucker suggested to
Mhm.
me that I watch a movie called A Christmas Detective,
Mhm.
and, it was playing on OWN,
Mhm.
and it's directed by Winifred Jong, written by Tobin Eddington, starring Javicia Leslie. Does that feel right to you?
Mhm. Seems right.
And
Mhm.
someone you know, Brad
Yes.
James. And
Mhm.
I say
Mhm.
that just so that you guys don't come up with some weird rumors. Brad James actually starred in Angela's Christmas movie, A New Orleans Noel. So
Yes.
she
Yes.
knows what it means to work with Mr. James. So here's a
Yes.
description.
Yes.
Kate Bennett is struggling to follow her dreams as a private investigator. I know you're thinking Christmas movie, but stay with me. But when a local art gallery experiences a theft, she teams up with a handsome detective to solve the case. Again, you're thinking Christmas movie, and
Mhm.
that is fair. That is fair.
Fair.
But it's
It's
called
fair.
A Christmas Detective.
Mhm.
So, you know, that's you got to go with it.
Mhm.
Um so yeah, that's the movie in a nutshell.
Mhm. Mhm.
And you want to know what I thought? Yes?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Um First of all, it was a lot better than the one that we didn't
It was.
talk
It
about.
was. It was. It
Um
was.
I
Mhm.
think I don't even know if that like over prepped me for this because the bar was so low. I
Mhm.
think I saw
Mhm.
them in the same 24 hours and
Mhm.
I was really thirsty for something
Mhm.
better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got it. So
Mhm.
let's see. I think the main character, she's really beautiful.
Oh
And
yeah.
she does so she's, playing um the quirky female character and I actually think she's pretty good at being the quirky
Mhm.
female character. She
Mhm.
she is she's pretty. They're trying to solve this crime with
I know.
by
The
Christmas. That's
crime
where the
is
Christmas that's where the Christmas comes
that's
in.
yeah.
She has to find the stolen art before by Christmas Eve.
Mhm.
And she gets help from the detective who happens to be her ex from high school and
Mhm.
they work together because that happens in real life to solve the crime. I
Mhm.
don't know what to say.
Yeah, I
It
know. I know.
was it's cute. It
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
cute. He's very good at these kind of things. I he has
He's
a
good at
very
being a grump, you know?
yeah, but
Brad
he
is good
also
at being a grump.
he has a quick sense of humor,
Mhm.
and so
Mhm.
he likes that, like, quick banter.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
one of
he
the things he
does. He
loves to
does.
do,
Mhm.
and so does she, so it was cute.
Mhm.
They really left a lot for you to just not think about. I mean, I don't understand. There's so many parts of it that made no sense. How
I
could she
know. I know.
possibly be working with a real police detective on
No,
this?
no. It
He
doesn't
had
that
no
doesn't make any
partner.
sense.
He
It
had no
makes no sense.
friends. They
Mhm.
lived in the same town. Is there any
Mhm.
reason he wasn't new to the town and neither was she? So
Mhm.
how did all of a sudden now they
I
how did
know.
I didn't understand none of that made sense, but at the end of the day,
Mhm.
I loved her dad. I
I
loved,
loved her dad. I loved
loved
her dad.
her dad.
Yeah, I loved her
Just
dad.
having him
Yeah.
on the screen was
Mhm.
actually there were a lot of strong characters. There were a lot of
Yeah.
strong
Yeah.
actors in this one
Mhm.
that I
Mhm.
thought every time they came on the screen, I'm like, look at you doing your job.
I
Again,
thought the supporting characters
they
were
were really
really, really
strong.
good.
I
Yeah.
agree with you.
I wanted kind of a better plot for
Yeah.
many of them, but,
Yeah,
but
so much.
I was, like, writing name like, I watch these and sometimes I, like, keep track of names of people if, like, one day I make another one, I
I do
keep
that
track of
for you
names of
too.
people
I
where
do. I'm
I'm
like,
like, "Ooh."
Angela needs to work with this person. They're really good. I
And there
agree
were
with you.
a lot of people in this that I thought
Agreed.
they were all so good. Yeah, yeah.
Agreed.
Mhm,
I think they
mhm,
made the most of what their
mhm,
parts were. I
mhm.
really appreciated that. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
was it strong in romance? No,
No. They were
girl,
like
no.
siblings. To me,
They
they felt
were
like siblings.
they
Yeah,
really felt like
yeah.
siblings and he was
Mhm,
doing all the work and she did so little. So
mhm,
and the
mhm.
pageant thing was not helping. There was a
No,
lot of
no.
stuff that I thought,
Mhm,
"Don't you want me to like her?" 'Cause
mhm.
but
Yeah, I felt like, the romance was the weakest part of the movie in a weird
Agreed. Thank you.
way.
That was far
Yeah.
more articulate than what I was the way
Yeah,
I was
it
saying it.
just
But yes.
was. You're trying to be nice. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
was.
mean, the romance for me, I absolutely, I think the romance was the weakest part. But what I appreciated about this movie was they were trying to do something different
Yes.
with the whole like shenanigans attack. And I actually felt like they could have upped the shenanigans with it. Like instead of trying to make it feel at all grounded in reality, almost like kind of the way oh my god, I'm gonna forget the name of it, but there's a Hallmark movie, the one that I like, that there was a sequel this year. Aisha, Lacey, and oh my
Oh,
god,
the Haul Out the Holly, that one?
yeah, Haul Out the Holly, which is a
Okay.
favorite for me. Haul Out the Holly is uh it's a Christmas movie that's on Hallmark that there's a sequel that came out this year, and they are all competing, they're competing for like best decorations or something, I forget. But the movie really sets up a tone that's like this is a movie that's about shenanigans. People are
Right.
operating in this world where these shenanigans make sense, and the stakes are all high about Christmas decorations, but they set it up well so that you get caught up in the like, okay, this is the world of this movie and these are the rules, and if you don't want to watch a movie where the stakes are about Christmas decorations, then don't watch this one.
No, exactly.
um Whereas this, I felt like the Christmas Detective, I wish they had done that, like created, like just shifted it slightly tonally. So you were like, these are shenanigans that make sense in this world. But sometimes there would be like serious moments where you would be like, this is not real. I can't feel the serious that you want me to feel because
Right.
the stakes are weird. I also feel like this was a script that was, I think, written for white people. I mean, I think it's great that it's black people in it, but
Lots of black people in it.
it's like a lot of black people, and I think that's
Yeah.
great. But I did have this thing where I was like, this is definitely written for white people. The
Sure.
names, the everything, this is written for
Yeah.
white people. And
Not a
hey, like it's
cultural
great that,
reference to be found. Nope.
yeah, it's great that
No.
we're able to be in that. But I enjoyed, I kind of enjoyed that they were doing something different. But Aisha, what would you give it?
The rating. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think Ugh. I think I would give it a 7.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay. Okay.
It's a kind 7.
Mm-hmm.
And again, part of it was that I really didn't mind it. There was nothing in it that I was like, "Oh my goodness." And again, really great supporting cast. Just they were so good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And just in general, in terms of what I look for a romantic comedy
Yeah.
Christmas
Yeah.
holiday movie,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm-hmm.
there wasn't the romance part. It
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
wasn't overly funny,
I
and there
mean, they
wasn't a
get
lot of
there's
Christmas.
romance. It's just not well done, we should say, so that people don't think that there's
Sorry.
no romance. I
See
mean,
you?
there's
I was trying to
romance.
be nice. There was an attempt at romance.
Yeah, it's
It
just
just,
romance. Two people get
um,
together, but
they they do. They do get together at the
mhm.
end. I mean, you're
Mhm.
not
Mhm.
like, "What's gonna happen?" None of that. There's
Mhm.
none of that in
Mhm.
there.
Mhm. Yeah.
But, you'll watch it, you won't hate it. You won't think about it after, though.
Mhm.
And it
Mhm.
doesn't there's no, like, holiday magic feel to it, but it's cute.
Mhm.
Is
Yeah,
that
that's
fair?
cute. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, that's fair. So, interesting. So you like Christmas. Why can't I say Christmas cowboy romance? So many words. Cowboy Christmas romance? Christmas cowboy romance?
What are you trying a cowboy Christmas romance?
Yeah, that one.
I'm
You
like, "What are you
liked
trying to
you
say?"
liked you liked that one more than Christmas Detective.
Oh, wow, I didn't put those 2 together.
Yeah.
Ah.
I
You
mean,
know
I get.
what, though?
Mhm.
Listen,
Mhm. Mhm.
judge me all you want, people. Here's the deal.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
will actually give a lot of points
Mhm.
for the romantic part of a romantic
Yeah. Yeah,
kind of
of
movie,
course.
and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fact of the
yeah.
matter is that
Mhm.
I thought the romance in
Mhm.
A Cowboy Christmas Romance was
Mhm.
there. These were that was, I'm someone who, like, reads romance novels and all that
Mhm.
kind of stuff. So I actually, and it's been a while since I've seen that on the screen in these kind of
Yeah,
movies,
yeah.
and
Mhm.
that they did. He was
Yeah.
easy enough on the eyes. She was,
Mhm.
you understood that she wanted all of that, and
Mhm.
you got it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I appreciated
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Like,
it
if you're
did
not
have
gonna
a
have that,
romance novel vibe to it.
yeah, it did. Oh my god, it
Mhm.
really did, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It
And for
did.
that,
It
I
did.
appreciated it. I appreciated it.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, cool.
Thanks for calling me out, though.
Yeah. No, no, I just was, like, placing, because now you're making me wonder. I don't know if, like, 8 point now I feel like I wanna go to, like, an 8 for what I gave it. But you know what? I stand by it.
Too
I
late.
like Christmas of Yes. I like Christmas of Yes.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, so that is us in, a nutshell. That was fun. The 3
Mhm.
movies.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we will
Mhm.
not do that to each other again, but these happens where we watch a movie that we can't even talk about. But it's gonna happen
Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah. Mhm.
and we wish them well. There we go.
Mhm. We do.
Um,
We do.
so we just had a lot of fun doing this. We always have fun
Mhm.
doing this. Thank you so much for listening to us. We watch these movies anyway, but it's so nice to be able to talk about it with other people. So thanks, and till next time.
And you can find us at Instagram for the Love of Tinsel, Facebook for the Love of Tinsel, the number 4. And please like and subscribe YouTube. Um, Listen to us where you can hear all the podcasts, and send positive reviews our way, because that's how people hear about
Yes,
us.
yes.
So, we want to thank our amazing producer, Dwayne Prefume, and Nika Troy, our
Morning.
production assistant. And thanks so much. And we will see you the next time.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye.